Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. IzzRealGaming here. And today we are going to be opening the game Lightgun Ultimate Bundle. Alright, the bonuses we're gonna get a diorama and a pin badge. Right here, that's pretty cool. But now that we're finally complete with all that, there is no seams to open it. It's more of like a cover. Like a sliding cover. You see that? Imagine, evolve, play. I love the branding. This is very cool looking. Well, so far they won me over with the presentation. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and turn the console on, and we're gonna immediately get greeted with a calibration process that you have to complete every time you turn the console on. So let's go ahead and display that. Now this is very important that you do not change your stance or anything throughout the calibration process. After you calibrate, it's best and recommended to stand in place where you calibrated the weapon for the best accuracy possible.
Getting started.
Here's the greeting.
Connect the power cable to the game mini console, then plug it into a compatible AC adapter. Connect the HD cable from your TV to the game mini console. Connect your game gun or pedal to the game mini console. Prepare your gaming area so you are standing the required distance from your TV for your screen size.
Very important.
Needs to fully see your screen. 20 to 32 inches, 1.5 to 2 meters. 32 to 50 inches, 2 to 3 meters. 50 to 65 inches, 3 to 3.5 meters. 65 inches or more, 3.5 to 4 or more meters. The game system uses one screen detection. If other screens are visible by the camera, this may affect the performance of the gun calibration. The screen has to be clearly seen. Any bright lights reflecting onto the screen may affect gun calibration performance. If this happens, close the curtains or turn off any nearby lights. Playing. Press the power button. A blue LED will turn on. In a few moments, your game is initialized and ready to go. It is important that you stay in one position during the calibration process, as moving could affect calibration accuracy. Remain in position while playing, or recalibration may be required. Important: accurate calibration is essential to how game works. Please take your time when calibrating the gun, and use both aiming sights during calibration. Shoot at the center of all targets 3 times. There are 8 targets. Follow the order shown. If you miss or shoot too fast, calibration restarts. Accurate calibration is required before you can proceed, so you may need to try again in case something was missed. Shoot the game to play. Thank you, and have fun.
That's what I'm talking about, my real gamers. Who needs to do a review when you have a computer AI do all the work for you? Can I get a yeah in the comments? All right, my real gamers, it's time to calibrate the weapon and get ready to play these games and showcase what this Namco 30th Celebration Time Crisis bundle can do. Yeah! Let's go. Perfect. Now that we're all calibrated, we're ready to go. and we're ready to pick what gaming title we want to choose. Once we pick the gaming title, in order to exit the game, I believe there's not an exit menu button on the actual light gun itself. I believe you have to walk up to the console and you have to press the reset button that's all to the far right of the second controller port. It's very blended in and camouflage. There are black buttons over there, so it blends into that small light gun box. Now we're gonna pick our title we're gonna play. We're gonna save Time Crisis for the end because that's the marquee title. A lot of people like to do that first, but I feel like it's out of respect for the 30th anniversary of Time Crisis itself to showcase that game last. We're gonna go ahead and go to Point Blank and show you the gameplay on that. These other games right here, you can play 2 players. So the Point Blank, Steel Gunner 1, Steel Gunner 2, you are able to play with both light guns. But Time Crisis is only a 1-player game, as accurate as the original arcade by Namco. Yeah! Alright, unlimited bullets, 25 seconds. Alright. Oh yeah, that's nice. Missed that last one. For the most part, it's a little off, but it also has to play with is probably the lighting from my ceiling, and I also probably shifted to the left a little bit. Let's go ahead and insert one more coin and try that one more time for the last level. All right, let's get it. Yeah, it's a little off. I messed up there. Where's he at? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I failed that. I shot 6 targets. I lost 1. That's my final score. All right, let's go ahead and try one of the Steel Gunner games, all right? Time to check out some Steel Gunner 1. Make sure that the weapon is calibrated. And if it's not calibrated, go ahead back to the main menu and recalibrate the weapon to ensure that you are in the right stance. Same thing with the lighting in the room. Make sure the lighting's not too bright and no other screens are in the way of your weapon and monitor. All right, let's go ahead and coin in. It's a little jittery there. You see the crosshairs. I'm not even doing nothing and it's jittering left and right. A game like Steel Gunner 1 and Steel Gunner 2, you can pretty much hold down on the trigger and it's gonna pretty much machine gun auto fire the pistol. You have the option to turn on the recoil function on the game light gun itself. I have it on because I like the subtle but functioning recoil on here. I like that feature. Wish it was a little bit stronger though, if I would have to say. Just throw a grenade out there and blow up that whole scenery. Got 3 more. It's getting a little hectic. So, as you can see, I calibrated the weapon as best I could. The lighting's not that bad in the room, but yet the crosshairs and the sensor to the monitor is still jittery. I believe there is a brand new update that came out for this, but I also wanted to do a review on this game Light Gun Ultimate Bundle without the update. We're gonna speak more on that later. All right, let's go ahead and get into Still Gunner 2. And then finally, we're gonna end it off with the Time Crisis 30th celebration anniversary. It's time for Still Gunner 2. Probably one of my favorite titles on this game light gun box. I love the fast-paced shooting. I love how the robots and the enemies look on here. Pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and coin in. Yeah, I love this one. This one's one of my favorites right here. All right. Yeah, see that? I'm not even moving. You can see how still I'm standing, and that crosshair is jittery left and right. It's almost like it's trying to lock in and auto zoom, or you know what I'm saying, like auto aim. That's what it's seeming like it's trying to do. I have not shot any bullet yet, just to simulate and show what's going on with the crosshair. Now I'm going to shoot to see if it changes any. And yeah, hopefully with the update that Game Light Gun came out with themselves, you know, makes it better with the lighting in your room, and also more accurate with the crosshairs and the light gun feature itself. Let's go ahead and continue. But nonetheless, for the technology and for a plug and play light gun, oop, I didn't mean to get you guys. Plug and play light gun as it is, it's pretty neat. And I'm not trying to
chill.
You know, yeah, see, it auto aimed on that person right there. I did not even try to aim at that person. I shot up. Yeah, it is definitely auto aiming. But for what it is, it's a pretty cool feature to add to your arcade setup or gaming room setup. I like it. Like I said, hopefully with some updates that obviously you're gonna have to do via through your computer, via internet. We're looking at like USB plugging into your computer and actually plugging into the game light gun console itself. There's gonna be updates like that. So hopefully, and fingers crossed guys, hopefully there's gonna be more added gaming titles that are released that way, because there's no other way to update the console via Wi-Fi, as the console itself is not Wi-Fi capable. So you have to plug it up to a PC in order to update it. All right. Last bit we're going to do is we're going to get into some Time Crisis. Yeah! Let's go. This last game is the title marquee of the Game Light Gun series. Yeah! Let's go ahead and pop in our foot pedal. We're going to go ahead and pop on another cam for our foot so you can see the foot pedal in action. And we're going to go ahead and show you and showcase Time Crisis. And then we're going to sit down, my real gamers, and give our final thoughts on the Game Light Gun itself, the good, the bad, and all around information on Tesai Danke's Game Light Gun. Yeah! Stay tuned for more IzzRealGaming content. Don't forget to smack a like. Let me know how I'm doing on this content and what else you would like to see from the IzzRealGaming channel, as we have arcade content, light gun content, racing content, and whatever gaming content you want to see. Yeah! Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into some Time Crisis. Yeah! You have different options when playing this game. You can obviously use the foot pedal, as you can see with the other camera. I have it ready to use. Or simultaneously, you can use the A button on the side of the weapon itself. And you can crouch up and down of cover between shooting. And that's how you reload as well. let's go ahead and start the game. I love this game so much. I wish they had Time Crisis 2 on here. So hopefully later on they'll update it to add that or include that with another bundle. Yeah! Let's go in. Go ahead with story. Make sure your stance is nice and ready. All right, my dudes, we're gonna go ahead and stop the talking and start the action. Yeah! All right, I'm gonna be using the foot pedal right now. And in the next section, I'm gonna be using the A button. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say quickly, and you guys that own this game light gun package, any of the packages, that the A button is gonna be a lot quicker than actually pressing the foot pedal. But using the foot pedal is more arcade accurate, and a lot of the majority of people that is gonna be playing this game is gonna be sitting down anyway, comfortably, in front of a big screen TV or monitor on a couch, and the foot pedal is going to be on the ground while they're sitting down pressing it comfortably. And I'm losing. There you go. Now the next section, I'm going to take my foot pedal off and we're going to be using the A button. Look at how quicker that is. And the accuracy is really bad. And I tell you what, I am staying as still as possible. I am at the calibration point that I was when I started playing all the games. That was a lot faster than the foot pedal, but we're going to go back to the foot pedal because that's how I like playing. He dove out the way. Did I miss him? Yeah, it's inaccurate. Look at that. We're going to go ahead and coin in and continue. Because we're not done yet. Yeah! We're going to end this level. But I wanted you guys to see, notice where the bullets are hitting. It's hitting more to the left. And I'm holding the weapon with two hands, gentlemen. There you go. Oh, I just got hit by that. Yeah, that's bad. I can't even hit him. Yeah, the calibration is so off. Yeah, that is rough. I'm definitely noticing on Time Crisis that the accuracy is really off. It's not really noticeable on Point Blank or any of the Still Gunner games. You can see a jitter to the left, to the right with the crosshairs. But besides that, there's more of a lock-on feature, it seems like to me, that's happening with the Still Gunner games and the Point Blank game. The hardest game on this light gun box, I would have to say, would be the Time Crisis, because of how accurate and steady you have to be when taking shots. Now, I'm not going to blame the technology and saying that it's not as accurate as it should be, because like I said before, what it is, it's an amazing product, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And there is an update for this currently. And I'm going to also drop a video showing you the installation process on this game light gun weapon for the new update. All right, we're done playing all the games. We're going to go ahead and sit down and give you guys our final thoughts on this product. It's time to get real. Let's go. All right. It's time to get real with you guys. And let's go ahead and talk about the game Light Gun by Tessai Denki. Where do we start? There's gonna be some good points and some bad ones. Okay, this did not hit under the mark for me. I'm gonna explain why, but I'm gonna talk about the good points of this game, Lightgun, and the features on it that I believe was a plus. Um, the build quality. This feels very premium. Embroidered cable all the way through down to the foot pedal that you get with the Ultimate or the Pro edition of this game, Lightgun edition. All right. The trigger feels nice. You have a recoil rumble feature on here. Though it's subtle, we'll talk about that in a moment. It's still there. It's a cool feature. You can turn it on and off. All the buttons on here feel nice. Very clicky. It has a camera lens looking IR sensor on the tip of the weapon. Very sensitive to lights and stuff around the room. We're also going to talk about that in a moment. In all, the idea of this plug and play weapon, it's very neat, and someone like myself can appreciate it, but there are a lot of things that are wrong with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the negatives that come with this game, Lightgun. At least out of the box standard, you know, without doing any updates. Another thing we're going to talk about in one moment. The accuracy. The accuracy to some of these games, especially the Time Crisis, it's very critical, and it's really bad. Like, you know, you're sitting there calibrating, you're standing in a position as still as you can, and the bullets and stuff are still jittering, jagged left, right, up, and down. As you can see right here, the actual gameplay of me using this game Lightgun on Time Crisis, and you can see the bullets going everywhere, up, down, left, right, and I am standing holding the weapon like you're supposed to in the position that I calibrated this in. So that's a really, really bad thing out of box. As far as Point Blank and the Still Gunner games, it's a little bit less noticeable, but it's very much there. So someone that actually played these kind of games in actual arcades and other iterations like arcade 1-ups with their version of the Time Crisis CAD also feature all four of those games, ironically. So, you know, we already know what happened with some of those licenses. They end up jumping around from company to company. But it did not quite hit the mark, like I said, for myself. And I know a lot of people can agree with me or disagree with me. You know, this channel is about all opinions, and we're not going to judge anybody for what they like and what they like doing. Do I recommend something like this to the average home arcade enthusiast that plays and loves Time Crisis? I would say right now, out of box, no. Not for the price. There's a lot of things that need to happen with this right here. There needs to be updates that happen fast. A lot of us like these things, and if this can be more affordable than the more premium features of the other, you know, weapons in the space, like, you know, retro shooters or aim track or Sinden, you know, those get kind of pricey. So to have this in an all package, like $200 for the ultimate to have both weapons, foot pedal, all the games. If you're trying to have this in your home arcade, in your gaming arcade room like I have, it's gonna be an issue, as all the monitors, games, everything around is illuminated. Let's talk about a few more of the negatives. The rumble feature on here. There is no recoil talkback system in the weapon. I would have wished to seen that, to have it more of a realistic feel with the recoil, but it's more of a built-in rumble motor, sort of like an Xbox controller or something on the bottom of one of those remotes. The build quality, again, it's not cheaply made. I love everything about this weapon. It feels good in the hand, for sure. Okay, I'll give you guys that. Tesai Danky, amazing attempt on this. Okay, no shame in nobody's game. I love these kind of games, especially Time Crisis. I'm not going to recommend this to my fellow game enthusiasts that want to play these type of games. I'm hoping with the update that they released not too long ago, Bill's Retro Gaming Show did a video on that. Go ahead and check that out, by the way. He has a more in-depth look and explanation on what kind of updates or what's going on with this game Lightgun, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that myself, as I have one more video for Game Lightgun, and that one's going to be for my brethren, Brooklyn the Gaming Menace, as he has beautiful gun holsters for this Game Lightgun, where you can store these weapons and showcase them. Okay, we'll be showcasing that in another video. All right. Lastly, again, if you're playing with $200 or in that kind of range for these kind of light gun features, my suggestion is to go all out with the retro shooters. Like, get you something worth it. It's gonna be more expensive. Some of these packages that you'll get from these other companies are not gonna come with the games preloaded. You're gonna have to figure that out yourself, or knowing somebody with knowing somebody. You know how that works. I'm gonna say something very positive again about Tesai Danky. This is a very beautiful product, and I am going to update this, and I'm going to do a follow-up video on this. It's going to be maybe a shorter video just to see if the accuracy has improved with this. From what I've seen from Bill's video, it may be still questionable, but there may be high hopes for this. And my final thoughts and critiques of this is I hope that someone decides to upgrade that gaming box. Whether it is Retro Shooter themselves, Mystery Encoder, please, someone continue this technology, because to able to just point this at your modern TV without any IR sensors around them and wires and stuff anywhere, that's amazing. Fix the recoil motor on your future iterations, which I hope continues. Stronger motor, guys, and maybe a kickback feature for the top of the chamber. That'd be nice to have more of a realistic feel. Anyways, my real gamers, I've been talking enough, and I'm going to go ahead and end it. Stay tuned for more IzzRealGaming content, as we have more Game Lightgun coming. An iconic arcade, Street Fighter's on the way. Huh. It's getting closer. Let's go! Time crisis!